Let's talk about money. That ever-present topic that seems to dominate our thoughts and decisions. It's the driving force behind many of our actions, the measure of our success, and often, the source of our stress. We all know the thrill of a raise, that moment of validation when our hard work is recognized and rewarded. It brings a surge of hope, a feeling that we're finally making progress, climbing the ladder, and securing a better future for ourselves and our loved ones. But then comes the reality check, often sooner than we'd like. The bills pile up, the expenses mount, and the initial excitement begins to fade. For a fleeting moment, you feel like you're finally getting ahead, making real strides towards your financial goals. You envision a comfortable future, free from the constant worry about money, but then, almost inevitably, prices rise, eroding the value of your hard-earned increase. Groceries become more expensive, fuel costs skyrocket, and the overall cost of living seems to be in a perpetual state of inflation. That raise, that symbol of progress, it quickly disappears into the ever-increasing cost of living, leaving you wondering where it all went. It feels like you're running on a treadmill, expending energy but ultimately staying in the same place, struggling to keep up with the relentless pace of inflation. The initial excitement fades, replaced by a familiar sense of anxiety and frustration. The cycle continues, leaving you feeling trapped and powerless. This isn't just an Ethiopian problem, a localized struggle confined to our borders. It's a global phenomenon, a widespread challenge, especially in regions where inflation is rampant and economies are struggling to keep pace. We work harder, put in more hours, and eventually we get a pay rise, a small victory in the ongoing battle. But the cost of living, like a seasoned sprinter, always seems to sprint ahead, outpacing our efforts and leaving us struggling to catch up. It's like walking on a travelator that's going in the wrong direction, a constant uphill battle against forces beyond our control. You move, you exert effort, but you never quite arrive at your desired destination, always feeling like you're one step behind. So, the question arises, are we truly progressing, making meaningful advancements in our financial well-being, or are we simply getting better at coping with stagnation, becoming more adept at navigating a system that seems designed to keep us in place? Is chasing a higher salary, constantly pursuing the next pay raise, the ultimate answer to our financial woes? Or are we perhaps chasing a mirage, an illusion of progress that ultimately leads to disappointment and disillusionment? Maybe the solution isn't solely focused on earning more from our jobs, on climbing the corporate ladder and securing a bigger paycheck. Perhaps it's time to fundamentally rethink how we create wealth and long-term financial security for ourselves and our families, exploring alternative avenues and strategies. Let's look beyond the pay slip, beyond the immediate gratification of a salary increase. The real answer, the key to unlocking true financial freedom, may lie in fundamentally changing how we think about value, wealth, and our future. Inflation. It's a silent thief lurking in the shadows of our economy, an unseen force constantly at work. It's quietly draining the value of your money, eroding your purchasing power day by day, week by week. Today's 100 birr simply won't buy the same amount tomorrow. The cost of goods and services creeps ever higher. And for those on fixed incomes, those relying on pensions or set salaries, this thief is particularly relentless, offering no respite. Prices change weekly, sometimes even daily, reflecting the ever-increasing cost of living. But salaries? They rarely if ever keep up with this rapid pace of inflation, leaving many struggling to make ends meet. The gap between what we earn and what we actually need to survive widens into a chasm, a constant source of stress and worry. Savings, painstakingly accumulated over time, slowly lose their power, their ability to provide security and opportunity. Dreams of a better future, of owning a home, of providing for loved ones, drift further and further away, becoming seemingly unreachable. It's not from a lack of effort, not from a failure to work hard, but because the goalposts of financial stability keep constantly moving, always just out of reach. Inflation, in its cruelest irony, punishes those who save responsibly, eroding the value of their hard-earned money, while simultaneously, it rewards those in debt, making their obligations easier to repay as the value of money decreases, and it quietly, insidiously erodes your nest egg, your retirement savings, threatening your long-term financial security. The inevitable result? Constant financial anxiety, a persistent worry about making ends meet, about the future, about the unknown, leaving you feeling trapped, stuck on a never-ending hamster wheel, running faster and faster but never actually getting anywhere. But remember, this isn't a personal failure, it's not a reflection of your worth or your abilities, it's a systemic problem, a flaw in the economic system itself. Relying solely on a salary alone in an inflationary economy is a precarious position to be in, a constant uphill battle. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a gaping hole in it. No matter how much you pour in, it's constantly leaking out. So maybe, just maybe, it's time to explore new strategies, to find a new bucket, to seek out alternative sources of income and financial security. The promise of a steady salary feels safe, but it can be a trap. Depending on one income source makes us passive, waiting for someone else to improve our lives. True financial freedom comes from control, generating value in multiple ways. Relying on one employer is like planting only one crop. If it fails, you lose everything. Diversifying income is like planting many crops, resilient and adaptable. The first step is shifting from, what can my employer do for me, to, what can I create? Your job can be a platform, not a prison. Real security lies beyond the salary. The biggest barrier isn't money, it's mindset. A fixed mindset says, I'm just a lecturer, not a business person. A growth mindset says, I can learn, adapt, and solve problems. Entrepreneurs see challenges as opportunities, not obstacles. You don't have to quit your job to think like an entrepreneur. Start by asking, how could this be done better? Use your expertise as raw material for new solutions. As professionals, we're trained to analyze and learn. Let's use that to build, not just maintain. Knowledge isn't just for the classroom, it's a tool for creation. Shifting your mindset unlocks your potential. We've explored the power of a growth mindset, but how do we translate that internal shift into tangible, real-world action? How do we take those aspirations and turn them into concrete steps towards entrepreneurial success? Start with what you know. Identify your core competencies, the skills and knowledge you've already cultivated. Use your expertise to solve real problems, problems that people are willing to pay to have resolved. Consult, teach, or create services based on your existing knowledge. Share your expertise and provide value to others. Take inventory of your skills and ask, what problem can I solve? What unmet need can I address with my unique abilities? Become a student of financial literacy. It's the bedrock of any successful entrepreneurial venture. Learn about budgeting, investing, and business basics. Understand how money works and how to make it work for you. Form groups with colleagues, friends, or like-minded individuals to share ideas and hold each other accountable. A supportive network can provide invaluable encouragement and guidance. Leverage community traditions like eCube to pool resources and knowledge. Collective effort can amplify individual potential, build networks, cultivate relationships with people who can support your entrepreneurial journey. Your peers can be partners, customers, or mentors. Each relationship offers unique opportunities for growth and collaboration. Collaborate across disciplines, break down silos, and embrace diverse perspectives. Prosperity is a team sport. Success is rarely a solo endeavor, it's often the result of collective effort and shared vision. Embrace the side hustle. Explore entrepreneurial ventures alongside your existing commitments. Start small, test ideas, and learn as you go. Don't be afraid to experiment and iterate based on your experiences. Your salary is seed capital, not a ceiling. Use your income to invest in your entrepreneurial dreams. Each small success builds confidence and momentum. Celebrate your achievements, no matter how small, and use them as fuel for further progress. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Start now with what you have. Use the resources available to you and take that crucial first step. Action is the bridge from idea to income. It's the catalyst that transforms potential into reality. As educators and professionals, our duty goes beyond personal gain. Our education system trains employees, not creators. We must champion a shift, teaching entrepreneurship, financial literacy, and problem solving. Replace rote learning with real-world projects and innovation. Universities should be incubators, not just classrooms. Fund innovation hubs and mentorship programs. Celebrate students who create solutions, not just those with high grades. Lead by example. Show students that knowledge can drive real change. When we innovate, we inspire. Let's make entrepreneurship prestigious and desirable. Knowledge and action together create value. We must be the role models for the next generation of creators. True prosperity won't come from salary increases alone. Chasing raises in a high-inflation world is a losing race. The real key is shifting from employee to creator, from fixed to growth mindset. Our expertise is more than a job qualification. It's the foundation for new enterprises and solutions. Use your salary as a launchpad, not a limit. Start small, keep learning, and build networks. Inspire students to be job creators, not just job seekers. Transform institutions into engines of innovation. We are the architects of tomorrow. Let's build, not just interpret the world. The tools for change are already in our hands.